Hello, this is Richard Graneveld. Today I'm here at the Tennis Depot and I want to explain you the system that we have developed for you to choose the right string for your type of game. Now I want you to know that in our Genesis brand we have more than 46 different SKUs. SKUs means each one of the different strings that we have depending on the color, on the name of the string, and on the gauge or thickness of the string. Okay? So this is really important because let me tell you, most of the players out there are using a wrong type of string that does not fit to their game, and that can't be good for you. So we want to help you, and we have been working on developing this system for many years now. So now that we have done it, it's a breakthrough in the market. First of all, I want you to know there are three different type of levels of players, which is really simple. It's the beginner, the intermediate, and then the advanced. This is really important for you because you have to understand that if you're a beginner, using a string that is made or fitted for an advanced player is not going to be good for you. Your strings are going to last too long. You're going to have a string that is dead way beyond the time that you should have restrung it. So the best way for you to go is to use a thinner gauge, and that's the reason why we have different gauges or thickness in our tennis strings. Now, besides the thickness of the strings, we also have a system for the type of player that you could be. And I want you to know that this is something really quite interesting because we have realized that the players have this in their DNA, like since they are born, when they get to the first tennis lesson, they already have this type of game developed in their own genetics, okay? Meaning that you're gonna see little boys that they get everything back. They never miss. That's a really impressive thing. They get everything back as much as possible. They love getting the balls back. And then there are other players that they love overhitting the ball, so hitting as hard as possible. They don't care if the ball gets in or not. They want to hit hard. And this, in this case, would be the aggressive player. And we have one that is an intermediate between these two, which is the baseliner. Baseliner is the guy that plays right next to the baseline, hitting the ball hard, and they love hitting hard, but not really making the points extra long, okay? They like winning the points as soon as they have the opportunity. This would be the regular player, which is the baseliner. You're gonna find more baseliners than the consistent player or the aggressive player, which are the two I mentioned in the past, okay? Now, first of all, I want you to know we're here with the strings for the consistent players, okay? The consistent players, sometimes named pushers, are the guys that never want to miss a ball. What do they have? They have control. They know how to control the ball better than the other type of players. So when you have a lot of control, what are we going to bring to this player? We're going to bring power, okay? So power is really important, meaning that we're going to give them strings that will generate more power because they already have control. So we won't give them the most control-oriented string. We will give them the most powerful-oriented strings, and sometimes strings with a little bit of extra spin as well, because they are already consistent, but they would like to have more power and sometimes a little bit more of spin, okay? So the strings that we recommend for them are strings like Typhoon, White Magic, Black Magic, New, and of course for players that are looking for a softer feeling, we have Explosion. As these guys get so many balls back, they hit the ball more often. And sometimes they get injured in their arm because of hitting so many balls back. So Explosion would be a perfect fit for them, okay? So now that we have this system and that we're understanding this system better, this is exactly the strings that we're gonna be recommending for the consistent players, but in three different gauges, depending on how often they're gonna be breaking strings. So for the beginners, we're gonna be using the thinner strings, medium, thick gauges, and then the thicker gauges are on the top for the advanced players. Hello, now in the second type of game we have the baseliner. The baseliner is the guy that is right next to the baseline, hitting hard, trying to make the opponent to have a mistake, but as well when he has an easy shot, he's gonna go for the shot and try to win it, okay? So he combines the style of the consistent player, hitting the balls back and getting ball backs, but he usually is gonna make more mistakes than the consistent player. But then as well, he's gonna try to be aggressive in the moment that is requested or needed, okay? So that's a baseliner. And in this case, we have Hexonic 2.0 in 4 different colors. It's really important that you try the different colors because some players, I don't know if this is psychologically or not, but some players play better with a certain or specific color for them, okay? Now as well, we recommend Trionic. Trionic is the only triangular string in the market, and it's so sharp that it will generate a lot of spin and you can feel it as well. And finally, Twisted Razor. Now, Twisted Razor, it's 3-sided as well, like the Trionic, but in this case, it's twisted. So it generates a lot of spin, but great slice as well. And finally, I'm recommending for beginners, in this case, the Zero Gravity. Zero Gravity is a synthetic gut, which has an amazing level of power, but it's really soft as well. So for people that is looking for a softer feeling, Zero Gravity would be a perfect fit for them as well. Now, as you're trying to understand your style of game and then your level, I want you to know something, that these strings, in this case, are specifically made for the aggressive player, okay? What do I mean by the aggressive player? Have you seen in the US Open players like Ben Shelton, like Opelka? These guys have an amazing serve and an amazing forehand. They try to win the point as fast as possible. They don't want to be running all around the court for 20, 30 hits in a row. They want to win the point as fast as they can. So that's a style of game that we call aggressive, okay? So, of course, this type of game is really flashy. Every player wants to be an aggressive player, even if, of course, it's really difficult to be an aggressive player, right? But still, the type of strings that you're going to find here are going to be perfectly matched for this style of game, which are mainly Hexa Infinite. We have Hexa Infinite in 4 different colors. Each one has a little bit different feeling, so it would be nice for you to try the different colors before deciding which one is the perfect fit for you. Or Hexonic Power, which is one of the best tennis strings ever made, or probably the best one. We have been qualified by Racketpedia, the best tennis string in the world, with Hexonic Power, and then with Hexa Infinite we have the second best qualification as well. Now, the third string that I recommend in this group is True Grit. True Grit has 10 sides and it's twisted, but the level of power and control and spin that you can find in this one is really good as well, which is exactly why an aggressive player would be benefited by it. Thank you so much.